We're back. I I don't know. Whatever. I'm just rolling with it. So welcome back, everyone. Before I start, I want to say we are still recording this before week 18 is completed. So we don't know what's all going to happen. We don't know any of that. Honestly, it doesn't matter because the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be in first. So that's just going to be what it is. The second thing is I don't know when I'm going to release this. So there's that. But if this is the first episode, then what you're going to see the rest of the week is going to be all the 14 teams that are in the playoffs. And I'm going to have conversations with fans about their different teams. And the last thing is my throat, I don't know, whatever. So it is what it is. The show must go on. Nobody cares how I feel. This is life. You got to keep it moving. So I'm going to keep it moving. So if whatever, we'll figure it out. But I am really here and I'm providing the space really for you to talk trash about your team. Because I feel like at this point, if you don't, I'm going to be very disappointed because the way this season has gone, it's like every time the Chiefs should have lost, they didn't. Every time, I don't think anybody predicted the season to be this. I would love to hear your thoughts. You didn't think they were going to lose but one game? Or again, we don't know how it's going to fall, but the starters are probably aren't playing.
Even better than that, I don't think we're going to lose no game. So one game is kind of like, no, I ain't mad, but I ain't happy about it either. I want them all, like Pokemon. I want them all.
Okay.
But I would like to say this. Thank you for having me on the show. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, I didn't even introduce you. You're already Go ahead.
But
you know what? This is your show. I am your guest.
There you go. Let's start there. This is my show.
This
being my show, I'm going to make a few demands. Demand number one. I will be the first to be released because I am in the number one spot. I come number one. Everybody comes behind me.
Okay.
Because this is okay. So we're on the same page with that.
Okay.
All right, cool. So with that being said, I know the name says Law Dog. I wouldn't mind being addressed as Big Chief because I think that's my alter ego. Where you see how I'm repping it. This is not no print on. This is the actual authentic, you know what I mean, with the hat, with the glasses to match. You see the background. I'm actually in Kansas City studio.
Oh, okay. Is that what it is?
Hold on. Tell Andy I'll be in there in a second. That's my guy Andy. He wanna go over a few things before we go on the playoffs, whatever.
All right.
With that being said, I enjoy my time and opportunity to speak with you and give you a little bit of insight about these Chiefs.
Yeah. Giving me a little bit of your time because this is your show. Yeah, I'm just here to facilitate, but this is really your show.
There you go.
Welcome so you know what? Let me start my intro over. Mm-hmm. Welcome everybody to the Big Chief Show. We're going to talk about all things Kansas City Chiefs. They are the first, the best, the everything. And we're here. And thank you so much for gracing us with your precious time because we all know champions have a lot of work to do. And we want to thank you for gracing us with your time. Thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you.
So how was the season for you? The season started. What were you thinking? How is it being a Chiefs fan? Listen, my team's awful right now. So how is it being a Chiefs fan? How do you go into the season? What are your expectations? Share with us. We don't have the experience.
So I remember the last time I know we was talking, our conversation was kind of like, I think maybe mid-season or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was in the off-season. It was in May.
Off-season. So I was talking about the draft. So we did draft the left tackle, a guy out of BYU that I was pretty high on. We got him in the second round. I thought he would be a guy. No, actually, did the draft already happen? I think we was talking about the draft.
We talked about the draft. We talked about off-season acquisitions.
Right. So the draft had already happened.
Yep.
Right. And so I was pretty high on the kid.
Yeah, you had your phone with your list out.
Right. He didn't pan out. He's a young kid. Andy Reid kind of slow plays offensive lineman coming into the league. So I'm not completely put off by his performance and how it turned out. With that being said, Xavier Worthy is who I thought he was, a field stretcher. Like I said.
Welcome.
There you go. With that being said, I mean, expectations are, I don't even have any expectation. We are who we are.
Yeah.
Like when we come into the season, we're going to win. That's not even a question or a thought. Like I don't, I think at this point, it's just kind of like the when, the why, the how. It's not even like I want to go in here and dominate this game and beat these guys by so many points. Like I know a lot of fans, hey, you barely won this one. Hey, we won. I'm concerned about the end result, not
Right.
necessarily the mechanics in between. So long
And the
as
injuries.
even that, I feel like we're so built for this. That's a
You
part
don't
of
even
our
care about
makeup.
injuries.
We pose to go through adversity because we the champs. Nobody has sympathy for us, so not even me. So with that being said, so anything that happens outside of like Patrick, like even Rashee Rice had a terrible offseason. I kind of feel like if it was kind of karma for his offseason because he kind of got off kind of light, tear his leg up. Hey, no worries. Let's keep pushing.
Yeah.
Keep pushing. We all right. I'm not worried about that. So it's just like I'm at the casino, right? The casino gave me the money and said, have at it. How can I lose?
That's a good analogy. I'll give it to you. That was a good analogy.
Yeah, so I'm playing with house money.
So then did anything surprise you this year?
The fact that we didn't score 30 points, like we're not like we can't put that pressure on teams.
How did you know that y'all haven't scored 30 points?
How did I know?
Yeah.
Well, we have, but I'm saying for the majority of our games, we were winning games outside of actually scoring 30 points. With that being said, I think we actually put up 30 points eventually this year.
Y'all have only put up 30 at this point. Right. Nothing over. Yeah.
Nothing over.
Yeah.
I believe, but I believe every game before this particular game I'm speaking of, we hadn't scored 30 just yet.
Oh, I don't know. Like, because I remember when you all played us, I was like, of course, I make a video and I'm like, Kansas City hasn't scored 30 points and they're going to score it against us.
I watched that video.
And they didn't. I know you did. That's why I was saying before you're not going to admit where you heard it?
No credit. No, you won't get any credit either. Nope.
Nah. Oh, right. This is your show. That's why I was like, where did you hear that from?
Yeah,
but you tried to sidestep the bait. You had to So let's see. So yeah, y'all have only scored 30 points one time, and it was against the Panthers, and that was to win the game. And other than that, you haven't scored. The closest you've gotten was to 29. And you scored 30 in overtime to beat the Bucks.
Boom.
And that's it.
Pretty much.
So yeah, must be nice. Yeah, and that's I've by this recording I've already had my conversation with the Eagles fan Simone, and that's what I always say though about good football teams is you find ways to win games. It's not necessarily the prettiest, it's not necessarily the most entertaining, it's not necessarily whatever, but you just find a way. And whether it's offense, defense, kicker, punter, making a play, like whatever, it's just like markings of a good football team. Must be nice. So yeah, we'll move on about that. What do you think the strength is of your team this year? Do you think this year your team is built differently? Do you see something different than you've seen before? Like, how are you feeling about this team this year?
That's interesting. Only because it's just like, I don't know. I don't want to say we're unbeatable, but we only can beat ourselves.
So that's fair.
So what do you do with that?
So, I don't think that you're wrong. Yeah. I actually don't think that you're wrong.
It's greatness.
I think the only way somebody's going to be able to beat the Chiefs is if they get into a shootout and for some reason they can't score, which I don't know why they wouldn't be able to score.
See, that's why it's hard to kind of answer your question because I'm like, who can beat me but me?
And turnovers, because that's the great equalizer.
Like I said, my mistake.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
So it's like I
mean, I said, you're not wrong. I mean, I can't disprove you. You've won 2 freaking Super Bowls, so clearly.
Right. And then it's like, even when I was wrong, I could have been right. Because technically, you see what I'm saying? I don't really want to get too far into it, but I'm just saying.
Oh, you don't want to get too philosophical?
Yeah, I don't want to take too deep. I want the people to stay with me. They already hating.
Okay.
Stop hating from down there.
Okay, here we go with this.
Just saying.
The other thing is, how have you liked having DeAndre Hopkins? How do you feel like how has that changed? Has it changed the offense? What does that feel like having him?
Kind of like having a steady presence settles the he, in other words, he like a Coke, you know.
Yeah.
It's all, hey, you know what you get when you can get you a Coke. You know what I mean? For the most part, you know, you can have it with chips, you can have it with breakfast, you can have it with dinner. It's just there. Like it's just fulfilling. It quenches your thirst. Like he's just a solid player. Like he's solid.
Yes.
Like he evened out our rough edges. Like he's a guy where he's gonna make the hard catch and he's just gonna be a veteran presence for Pat to put the ball on him when it's that time. You know, Kelsey kind of slowing down a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
How do you feel about that?
We got to draft that white boy from Penn State.
No, I know, but like, how do you feel? Like,
like
when the Steelers, when the Steelers were good. Obviously, it's a part of the game, but
right.
I remember when the Steelers were good, I would kind of start feeling away when I was like, oh, it's kind of like it's coming.
I don't feel away. I feel like he earned that.
That's fair.
He earned that.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I'm not going to chastise him or feel away, and I'm also not going to even request more. Give me what you got.
Yeah.
Because I know what you was at the height of when you had it. You was all guys.
Yeah.
And so if you slowing down, hey, I'ma still put up with it. It's just like a parent when they get old and you earn that.
When they get old and stubborn.
Yeah, you earn that. You know what? You got that. I'm mad, but I'm not even really mad. You got that. You deserve that.
Yeah. Call me when you need me, although you're not going to listen to anything I have to say. Sure, give me a call.
So it's all good. Like I say, I got my eyes on the guy from Penn State. I doubt he fall that far, but that's who I would like. Or it's a guy in Bowling Green as well that had monster numbers. Monsters.
Yeah, the guy in Bowling Green is great.
Yeah, so maybe one of those.
So, well, you know, Buffalo will screw it up and give you guys a draft pick, and then you'll pick them up, and everything will be normal. Okay. So, this question is going to be very hard for you, but I need you to find a way to answer this. What is your biggest weakness?
Biggest weakness? Our biggest weakness for my team?
Yeah. No, you as an individual. What is your biggest weakness? Yes, for your team. What is the biggest weakness?
The offensive line would be our biggest weakness. We have a guard playing left tackle because it was patchwork all year, and the right tackle, he's serviceable, but it's looking like we should have paid Orlando Brown his money.
Yeah.
So,
you know, it's kind of, everybody gave me crap for my video that I made about the Chiefs, and they were like, that is not a weakness. I'm like, oh, that's funny how it's coming back around. Yeah. But
if it didn't come from me, don't even worry about it.
You've said so far everything that I've said. So
I know.
It's the same thing. I think, well, if your offensive line, is it the right side or the left side, or do you just think it's all really of it both. Kind of is patchwork?
The tackles. It's really the tackles.
It's the tackles, like, yeah.
Donovan, not Donovan, but what's his name? I know his name. I just can't.
I don't know. Y'all's tackles. Is the center the guy that got paid this offseason?
The center is Creed Humphrey. Then
Did he get paid this offseason?
I think he got paid. I think he got paid.
Okay, I was gonna say I know somebody on y'all's offensive line. Somebody walked. Sounds like you're talking about Orlando.
You got Joe Thuney that was left guard. He's out there at tackle, so he's shored us up. He's only been there about 2-3 games. Then we got Nick Adigretti that came in and took over his spot, and then we got the 2 black players on the O line. Why I can't remember the 2 black players? What's going on? We got Trey.
Let the truth colors come out.
Oh, Trey Smith. And at right guard, and I can't remember this guy's name. Why can't I'm looking dead at him in my head and can't say his name.
Yeah, what number is he? Do you know?
I think he's like number 79.
Oh, okay. I don't remember people's player names. I usually just remember numbers.
He went to Florida. He was at Jacksonville first. and then we signed him. But I can't remember his name. That's crazy.
-1 on your fandom today.
Well, that's due to his play, so he gets a minus.
I mean, you're at a 99. I mean, if you started 100, now you're at a 99. You're doing pretty good. I mean, you can afford to lose a point or two.
Is his name Donovan? No, his name is not Donovan.
You want me to look it up for you?
His name is Jawan.
Jawan?
Jawan.
What's his last name? What position does he play?
Right tackle. Jawan.
Right tackle.
Jawan.
If I find it for you, dude, it's minus another point.
I'm using my head. His name is Jawan, though. I play Jawan something.
Taylor?
There you go.
Okay. So he will not play against. Okay, he will not play against Denver. He's out for week 18.
He need to play here.
Okay, so you're now at a 98. So just FYI, you're still passing.
That's the same. I'm still at 99. That's the same guy.
Well, but I had to find it and tell you.
What does it matter? I'm still in the class by myself.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
So
whatever.
chill, okay? Us people down there that you were yelling at a minute ago, like we need all the, help we can get to get you down.
Don't try to resonate with the people down there. Don't do that.
This is your show.
You don't need a friend.
I don't need a friend.
You don't.
I'll just go friendless. It's fine. It's fine.
So
okay. Then here's another question I'm going to ask you, and this is going to be. I'm actually interested to see what you say about this. Mm-hmm. Is there anybody in the playoffs? Again, we don't know what's going to happen. Everybody, there's a possibility Cincinnati will get in on the 7th seed. There's a possibility Miami will get in on the 7th seed, and there's a possibility Denver will get in at the 7th seed. Nobody knows yet. Is there anybody that you don't want to play, that you would like to avoid in the playoffs if you could? Is there anybody that would make you stand up a little bit and kind of be like, all right, we need to go take care of this, as opposed to...
Is the Bengals in or are they out?
They might get in. There's a possibility. They need some help. They need some help, yeah.
The Bengals?
Okay.
That's it.
Anybody else?
Everybody else get gun smoke.
Okay.
The Bengals,
how do you feel?
Some about when we play them, I don't know. It's just
matchup.
Yeah, it's kind of like a looking at yourself, a younger version. You see, when Simba looked in that water, and he was still
Mufasa.
Yeah, it's kind of like
you're speaking my language. Oh, you got a phone call? You good?
I'm back.
Okay, cool. Yes. So I feel like nobody wants the Bengals in the playoffs, to be quite frank.
Right.
So, okay. Are you scared to play the Bills at all? Would you be like, here we go with this again? Or
no, that means once we beat them, that means Super Bowl time.
Okay. So you feel pretty confident about them.
It's like an old man. We lose to them in a regular season, beat them in the playoffs, go to the Super Bowl.
Okay. Okay. So you're ready to go.
It's written already. It's like our story.
Okay. So then the next question is, if you guys win the Super Bowl this year and I call you 3 minutes. Okay. When you guys win the Super Bowl this year and I call you 3 minutes after the game and I say, Big Chief, you guys won the Super Bowl. You will tell me what will be the reason why you all won the Super Bowl.
That's interesting. What would be the reason? I'd just say Andy Reid. Big Red.
Fair.
Simple as that. Big Red.
Fair.
I mean, he that guy. He's a man's man, And it's
here we go with this.
Not only is it no, seriously, not only is it because
okay, hold on. What's your definition of a man's man?
I just think he's personable. I feel like this is how I would build my team if I was a GM, right? I am interested in the players with particular character flaws. Why am I interested in these players? Because I know mistakes build character. So, depending on what type of community I have, it allows me to push you up.
Right, you can bring the best out of those guys.
If I catch somebody already at this particular level, not to say you don't need those guys, But I think those guys have become robots, and it becomes generic. And when it becomes generic, it's not interesting enough, and it just doesn't excite. It doesn't twinkle and glisten. I wanted to twinkle. I want a little spice on it. You know what I mean?
You want a little bit of struggle bus so that you can give them a community.
Yeah, a little thug life.
Yeah, make them appreciate the community. They're still going to have the same personality, still going to have the same attitude, still going to have the same everything.
In those guys, and I believe that's the reason why he's better than everybody else. I think he made one mistake. I believe we should have took George Pickens. I'm still on that. At the end of the day, we can handle that. We can handle that.
I don't mind George Pickens.
Right. We can handle that. That's light. That's on the field. This is not off the field. That's on the field. We can figure that out.
I've never understood why fan bases think that they want a straight nose, does everything right, does everything like that's not. Somebody's got to be a little bit of screws loose.
Right. But see, and with that being said, the reason why I kind of respect Andy Reid as well is because he has some troubled kids at home. You know what I mean? His kids do a lot of, outlandish things. And so I feel like it's pure. And I feel like that's why I say he's a man's man. I don't feel like it's a false reality and they pretend like they with you. And then they don't really be with you. I feel like Big Red, he really with you. You know what I mean?
Bar.
And so with that, I just got the ultimate respect for him. And I think that's just a bonus. Like I respect the man. Like even before I even respect the coach. Like I just think he a good man. And with that, I'm like, that's the type of guy where I feel like that's why organizations can't recreate what we got.
I agree.
We really all in on our leader.
Yeah, I agree.
We all in on him.
I agree.
And the beyond the X's and O's is we don't want to let him down because we know he really gonna ride. He gonna give you that second opportunity, maybe even a third. But you don't, if a guy stand on the table for you, you want him to make him look. You want to make him look good, and he's done that for a lot of guys to make him look good. Like even Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt was with us for years, had a situation. Look, he back home. You don't see that too often. So things like that made me be like, that's my guy. So,
and it's interesting you're saying that because I've never seen the Chiefs fan base bash Andy Reid. Even if he makes a decision that people don't agree with, they don't necessarily bash him. They'll bash the decision. Right. And they'll be like, I don't understand why he did that. Or maybe he saw something I didn't see. And I'm like, usually that is not how fans are. Usually fans are like, you give the coach the business. You don't give him the benefit of the doubt. And you're right. I don't see a lot of that from Chiefs fans. Right. So, but how do you knock a guy that's like, he's won 2 Super Bowls at this point?
That's what I'm saying. That's the bonus. And we win. And we win. And we got a powerhouse. We do what we want to do.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I mean, fair like that, but it is what it is.
Like, no, look, this is your show.
Yeah, there you go.
You say what you want to say. You know what I mean? You say what you want to say.
I do.
Yeah, there it is. So let's talk about who would you want to, is there anybody that you kind of want to play in the Super Bowl? How would you, what would be your perfect Super Bowl? Is there any NFC team that you're like, I would like to see them in the Super Bowl?
Nah, I can tell you this. I'm a huge Lamar Jackson fan.
I was wondering if you were going to say it because I'm on record as saying the same thing, and Steelers fans hate when I do it.
Yeah, and I wouldn't mind letting him go ahead and get one.
Can I tell you my perfect Super Bowl? I think Eagles Ravens would make me happy.
Yeah,
but
I can't not.
You can't not say the Chiefs, but I got you.
All I can say is I'm a Lamar Jackson fan. And if he go get him one, I'll be damn near just as happy as if we three-peated.
Valid.
Yeah, so that's what I can say. But the rest of these teams, No, I don't want to see no. I don't want. Who? Show me my opponent.
I was gonna say, is there anybody in the NFC? Like, I think the Vikings and the Eagles are probably the most complete teams in the NFC. They've escaped all the injuries. Like, they're probably the healthiest, the strongest, probably the most.
I can't show no love. I'm at the top.
No, I'm just. This is your show. I'm just talking on your show.
Okay.
So those would be interesting. But at the same time, like, if I got to pick who I would want in the Super Bowl, I've already said who that would be. But and I always tell people, I'm like, I'm a Steelers fan, but I will not cheer against Lamar. I don't care what anybody says.
Shout out to Detroit.
Yeah, they have so many injuries.
I like Detroit.
You like what I like the coach. I like the coach because I feel like he's consistent.
You got some of that man's man.
Yeah, I don't really know if that's the right way to say it, but
you know why I say that? Because I look at the type of players he has on his team and with how his players respect him.
Oh, so you're saying it as a way of like letting men be men.
Right.
Okay. That wasn't how
and they respect him as such.
His authority as the coach.
Yeah, you can kind of tell. It's like, nah, you the leader. We got it.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, yeah, I hear you, but who you talking to? You know how it be.
Yeah. Okay, that makes more sense. And you're right. In that sense, that wasn't how I was interpreting what you're saying, but that actually makes sense. Okay, cool. So Super Bowl, we won't touch on that again, but I got you. Is there anything else that I'm on record as saying I don't really watch the Chiefs a lot because to me, I like watching teams where I can like almost pick and prod or learn from.
You like
or whatever.
watching teams where you don't know who's gonna win.
Yes, I like watching. Yeah, I like watching teams kind of figure it out, if that makes sense. I'm one of those weird people. You might know this about me. I enjoy the process. I like the process of stuff. I like the process of working out. I like the process of creating a video. I like the process of creating a series. I like watching football as it's processing. And the Chiefs, what am I doing? They're going to run the ball. They're supposed to run the ball. They're going to call timeout. When they're supposed to call timeout. The guy, like, you know what I'm saying? Other teams, I get to see.
Winning. Okay, listen, I get it. Winning's boring.
It is.
And I understand that.
Yeah.
But when you're going to become great is when you get excited about boring. That's going to take you to the next level. You hear me?
Well, in the playoffs, I will be tuned in watching the Chiefs every game because at this point, I guess my point is I know the Chiefs are going to win the game. I don't need to see how they're going to win the game.
Well, see, I was talking to you, but that was a message for the people.
Oh, though you're trying to give a bar to the audience. Okay. You're actually right. There's a quote that's I have it and it doesn't matter where I have it. But and it is don't get bored with consistency. And that's kind of like how, I work out every day. I do the same things kind of every day. And I do those because they almost fuel me. But a lot of people are like, how do you do the same thing every day? I'm like, because this is my foundation. I'm okay with that. Like, so you're right. You're 100% right. I just watch football. I want to see something different. I want to see chaos. I don't see chaos with the Chiefs. I just don't, unless my team's playing.
You do see chaos with the Chiefs. You just don't watch it. That's why you don't see it.
But do I?
Yeah. We surprise you every time. It's
the way that you win surprises me.
Right.
Not the actual game though. The every down, the every possession, that is not entertaining. I want to watch. Give me a Green Bay something else. Like I don't know because I don't know what I'm gonna get from them. I don't know what I'm gonna get.
You want to watch an underdog story?
Yes.
Hey man, that's beautiful. But
that's
at the end of the day, when the underdog become the champion, you through with them?
No. So okay, remember when Golden State was just like winning and winning and winning and people were so annoyed with them? I like when there is a team that everybody is chasing. I think it makes the sport better because everybody is at the bottom, like clawing to try to get to the leader, and everybody wants a shot to beat them.
I get it.
I like that. So I'm not mad at the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs Like, I think it's
you're
good.
a blue collar fan.
I am, and I think it's good for the Chiefs to kind of be where they're at.
Yeah.
So
you want to grind it out. You work out every day, so you like pain. You like the grit, the grind.
I do.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a Texas fan. Okay, we had to grind it out.
Y'all almost there.
Yeah, I know. And you also know me. Like, I love this spot. Like, don't think we're gonna win. Think that we're terrible. Count us out. Think that we're horrible. Backs against the wall. Let me see what you got, Texas. Let me see what you got. If you lose,
Speaking of that, real quick, who y'all got? Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Ooh.
See that, and I get excited, like thinking about it, like as a competitor.
Perfect matchup, though.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm like, this is your opportunity. Go out there and
when
take
they play
it.
next week?
On the 10th, on Friday.
You ready?
I was born ready. I was born ready. So I'm fired up. And if you're not, and again, like I always say, if they're not fired up to play this game, I don't know what to tell you. Shouldn't be playing college football at the University of Texas if you're not fired up to play this game. This is the game. This is the moment. Step up. So anyway, so let's end this on you. Anything you want us to know about the Chiefs, anything heading into the playoffs? Obviously, you all will be on a bye week. And because this is your show and not my show, this episode will release first just for you, because you know what? Why not? Just call your shot at this point. Why not? But is there anything else you want us to know? There's going to be a lot of people that will watch the Chiefs for probably the first time when they play in 2 weeks or whatever. What do you want people to know about your team? What is it like watching your team? I tell people from the Steelers, it's going to be boring. It's going to be low scoring. We're going to hope and pray we can get stops, and we're going to hope and pray the offense acts like they know how to play football, which of late they don't know how to do that. So, but what do you want people to know when they're watching the Chiefs?
I say this. I want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to absolutely nobody but us. Shout out to us. You know why? Because arguably we have the best coach ever. When it's all said and done, arguably we're going to have the best quarterback to ever step on the field and grace the field and do it. When it's all said and done, we're going to arguably have one of the best tight ends ever to ever do it. We also have been deemed the worst 16-1 team ever. Never even happened before. Yeah. So with that being said, we are a 10-time conference winner.
This man said 16-1.
What is it? 15? 6? What is it? Or 17? What is it?
I think y'all are probably going to lose to the Broncos because none of your starters are playing.
What is it? Is it 17 games? 18 games?
It's 18 weeks, 17 games. So right now you guys are probably 15-1. So if you win, you'll be 16-1. If you lose, you'll be 15-2.
Okay, well maybe I had it correct the first time. Then I'm not sure. 16-1.
But the problem is though, if y'all beat the Broncos, you're giving the Bengals a chance to enter the playoffs. You need to let the Broncos.
We fear no man.
Okay, you know what? You're right.
Actually, we welcome them in. With that being said, shout out to Carson Wentz, former number 1 pick. I think he's number 1. Maybe not, but he's a guy. Even our backup is a guy. And
let's see.
Shout out to the defense, man. Shout out to Chris Jones. One of the best.
He was the second overall pick.
Okay, Carson number Wentz. 2. Boom. That's why he's the number 2 quarterback. We take number 2 quarterbacks and make him number 2 quarterback. Boom. Shout out to Chris Jones. Shout out to who else I want to give a shout out to? Drew Tranquil. Shout out to McDuffie. Isaiah Pacheco. Shout out to number 1. Gliding up and down that field. Rasheed Rice, get healthy, boy. Got love for you. Shout out to the O-line. Let's go. Shout out to the running backs. Let's get it in. Shout out to D-Hop. One time for D-Hop, handling that business. One time for Justin Watson. Never seen a white buddy can run like that. Shout out to Brett Veach, the upper management. Shout out to Dave Tobe, the special teams coordinator. Shout out to our defensive coordinator. What a guy. What a guy. I just think at the end of the day, it's better than you. You know what I mean? It's not that we look down on you, but I mean, what choices do we have? You know what I mean? And we set the bar. So, hey, feel how you want to feel. It's not personal. It's just business. And it's just straight like that. Big Chief. Yeah.
You forgot the kicker.
Oh, Harrison Barnes. Shout out
Barnes?
to the
Is it Barnes?
Butler.
Okay.
Harrison Buckner.
There it is.
Arguably one of the best kickers ever as well.
I think that's debatable. I think our kicker this year is one of the best.
Who?
Chris Boswell. But didn't Buckner get hurt?
Yeah, he had a few things going on in the offseason.
Well, nope, not touching that. I thought this year though he got hurt. I thought there were a couple of games.
He did because we had Matt Wright come in, and that's the guy that hit the field with the goalpost, still winning.
Bounced him. It's craziness.
Yeah, so.
Anyways, well, thank you for shouting out, all the team. So when you're watching the Chiefs, just watch them. I guess what do you say? When you watch the Chiefs, they're going to play football like you're supposed to play football, to be fair. If you don't know much about football and you're still learning, because we all know there's a lot of new fans and there's a lot of things happening, the Kansas City Chiefs play football the way you're supposed to play football. And it just makes sense. They're going to take risks. They're going to do all the things. And you can almost do whatever you want when you have the best quarterback in the NFL on your team. And it just is what it is. So there's that. You didn't even shout out Taylor Swift. No? We don't do that? Okay. So thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. Thank you for always talking trash about your team. I would be very disappointed if you did not talk trash about your team. So thank you for providing us that.
I would say I appreciate you having me. I appreciate that.
What was that hard for you?
Well, because it's my show, so technically,
semantics.
Yeah, I can't really figure out how I'm.
I appreciate the time that you've given to this show. There we go. I appreciate the time. I appreciate you giving me your time, right? Because you're at the top of this. So I'm just climbing the ladder. I'm just enjoying the process. You know what I'm saying? So
also, would you be interested in giving up Mr. Pickens?
No. For what though?
4th rounder?
No.
3rd?
No.
3rd and 6th?
Maybe. 2 for 1 might be more worth it, but I have your
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You know what? You want to play hardball? Let me tell you how it's going to go. Off season, Devontae Adams.
Maybe. How was y'all salary cap? Well, I guess the offseason gets interesting.
Hey, it don't matter.
Oh, so
when you win, you do what you want when you're popping.
Figure it out. Yeah.
You do what you want when you're popping.
To be determined, right? What happens in the offseason?
It's already determined. It's written already.
Oh, does Devontae Adams want to go to the Chiefs?
No.
Has he come out and said
that? No. Let's just act like
he chose Aaron Rodgers.
Like you're Devontae and I'm a reporter.
He chose Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, Mrs. Devontae. Would you like to play with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid?
I would have picked him the first time. Yes. So if I get a chance to do that again, absolutely.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I don't even know why his goofy self went to the Jets. Like, what was that? What a waste. Being goofy. Paying all them taxes.
Then I tell you, Andy Reid allows people to make mistakes and come back.
He'll come back. He'll come back around. Now, as a fan that has a team that's in the AFC, I absolutely positively don't want him going to the Chiefs. But my team is in such a rebuilding stage right now, and I don't know why nobody wants to admit that we are rebuilding, but whatever.
Yeah, y'all should go ahead and give up Pickens.
I want players like Pickens, though. I don't want guys that are just going to come in on time, going to do the thing, going to be perfect. You have to have edge. We need a little bit of TJ Watt is not edgy. Cam Hayward is not edgy. Highsmith is not edgy. We don't have any edge on this team. We have, give me some swag. Give me something. Pickens gives me that. Broderick Jones gives me that. Those Georgia players, they're giving me all that. So it's like we have to work around what he's bringing. I don't think you should have a team.
What do you think y'all guys do at quarterback next year?
if I had my pick, because now I have more information than I did the first time I was thinking about this, I would let go of Wilson. I would keep Justin Fields. I would go with Justin Fields, and I would draft. If we could draft somebody in this draft, I would have them there as kind of a whatever.
In the first?
And I don't know if I would do it first, but if we could get somebody, like if we could get
What about
somebody, yeah, like he might be good like in the second round. Like I want us, here's the thing. What I've learned about successful organizations, if you can't get your great quarterback, you have to build around. That's what Detroit did really well. That's why their roster is really good. I want the Steelers to start doing that. So if we go with Justin Fields, but we kill it on our defensive picks, I'm okay with that. Or if we kill it on our offense, you know what I'm saying? Like we have to start.
That was amazing. Can I give you a round of applause? No, seriously. Like I'm just sitting there looking at you and just going through like what you're talking about, and I'm like, that was
kind of build it back up. Yeah, and give Justin Fields what they gave Baker Mayfield. 3 years, I think it was like 3 years, 100 million or something like that. But it allows you to build your team back up.
What I liked about what you said is the way you elaborated with the Detroit point, because I seen what Detroit did, and I actually love Detroit. I played Detroit on the video game, Madden. I love what they got.
Yeah,
they got
just build it slowly.
Receivers, defense,
all of it.
Offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
they got it. You know,
yeah. What I mean? And they've picked and prodded in off season. Yeah, that's it.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm a big fan of how they put they kind of built it how I would build it, honestly.
Yeah. And I will just say too, this about Steelers fans is I think that sometimes we become victims of our past success and we don't realize that we're in a new era, a new team, a new everything. And we have to do things differently. And we need the time to do things differently. Like, again, this is why I like the process. Do I want the Steelers to be good in 2025? Yes. But if I see improvement in 2025, then I get to see improvement in 2026. And then by 2000, you know what I'm like? I want to be on that trajectory. I'm okay with that.
That's you. What a fan. We'd love to have you.
If I ever jumped up, well, you know me. I'm a fan of black quarterbacks and black coaches. So
hey, Andy, he ain't black, but he close.
He's close. But I really want Lamar Jackson to win a Super Bowl. I really want that. I really want that for him so I can move on and let that thing go. Right? Like once he does it, then I can kind of move on and be like,
I can kind of you've already got it. I can kind of be mean to him.
Right. And be like, you've already won your Super Bowl.
You won. No, ain't no.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Tear him up, Pat. Get him.
Yeah, and Jalen Hurts has already been to a Super Bowl, so obviously if he wins one, great. Yeah, but like, Lamar, I need Lamar to get there. I need him to get there.
Because you know what? I'll never forget how Shannon Sharp was acting when he first came in the league.
Yes,
I was like, Shannon Sharp. Now he. I don't know.
Do you remember when they were like, he just needs to be a receiver? He just needs to be a receiver, and the Ravens then came up and got him. That's the other thing. It's like, I don't know. I just hope he does. I need him to get it taken care of. So like you said, moving forward, I can be like,
I was honestly willing to drop my Chiefs flag if the Falcons would have picked him up that offseason.
Isn't that crazy how that worked? What were the Falcons doing?
Listen, I've had several trauma issues with those Falcons. So at some point, I had to get off. I had to let it go.
Yeah. Hey, good for you for recognizing the trauma that it was creating and to be like, no. No, thank you. I'm moving on.
I had to let them go.
Awesome. Anyways, we're just rambling. I could ramble with you all day long, but thank you. Okay. I appreciate you. And we'll put this. Oh, wait, one more thing. In our previous conversation, because I went back and listened to it because, you know, I over-prepare for everything. We talked about the Colorado Buffaloes. So it would not be right if we did not end this revisiting how you think the season went and what you're looking forward to from them next year.
Well done, Prom. You did that, my guy. You shored up some things. Like, once he addressed my concerns, because I know everybody had their picks, but I'm pretty steady on what I say. I don't really change much.
Yeah.
Now, what I was campaigning was I want to see Mo High School. He doing that. I wanted to see him let his coaches do their job. I feel like he did that. I wanted to see better time management. I feel like he did that. I wanted to see, as far as clock management.
Don't get me started.
No.
Do not.
Anything that first season compared to this season?
You don't remember North Dakota State when they wouldn't run the ball?
Yeah, but see,
you don't remember.
Okay,
you know
listen,
what? You're right. This is you.
Right,
you go.
But at the end of the day, listen. When it comes down to football, I know you're not gonna do it all, because at the end of it's imprinted on you is who you is. See what I'm saying? So I can't. And then again, I started the conversation by saying he changed what I would like to see.
That's why I said this is you. This is what you like. Yeah.
You got it. This is my show. Yeah. Hold up, I'm tripping. I'm not a guest. I'm running this. So hold up. Like I said, he did better, and I'm standing on that. So the fact that he did better, and the reason I can say he did better because of the win and loss column. So obviously he did better. Okay. So the fact that he did better, I commend him for doing better on things. Now, are there things I don't like? Sure. Are they going to come to the forefront next season? Absolutely. Because at this point, see, the two things I'm looking to see. I'm looking to see is if my actual thinking about the daddy ball is a correct assessment, and is he going to be a better coach now that he no longer has his boys? Because I think it's like a two-way street that's tied together. So I'm looking to get, and I'm also looking to see how he built his team and how he played. Just how he like what his message is going to be, because you remember the first year was like, we coming.
Right.
I didn't really get a mantra this year. I mean, get pegged to a bowl game. I guess that might have been it, but it wasn't this. He wasn't selling it this year. He was kind of just slow and steady, still being who he is. And however Prime want to get down, that's how he get down. But with that being said, I just want to see. I just want to see how it play out. Now, I did kind of fall. My interest did fall off this year. I didn't watch him as much, like the well-offs and all the videos. I really didn't keep up with it as much. Miami was having a hell of a season, so I was over there campaigning. But I do want to let you know, as a part of the particular Rahad family, we have decided to take our talents and disrupt the fan base of the North Carolina Tar Heels.
North Carolina.
We on Bill Belichick ass. Whatever he do, we own it. So I think that's what we had next season.
Okay.
To kind of shake that up, you know what I mean? Prime, we had a good run, but it's time to, rebrand, get some fresh new blood in here, find some new super fans, and ball them up and crash them out. You hear me? So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Well, I appreciate you. I just, like I said, just wanted to recap because we had the off season and then the season happened. So yeah.
Shout out to the Heisman. That guy. Really? How did we not get in on that?
I have no idea. I honestly have absolutely no idea. That was the dumbest. Nothing apparently. Nothing. Like what? Like that was the easiest. Like, yeah. Because the sad thing is we almost spoke it into existence.
That's all we did.
It's all we did. And then we didn't even get the payout because we didn't even, oh my God. Yeah. That was I usually don't live life having regrets. That was my one regret from 2024 because what was that? We could have made so much money. So anyways, like next year, I feel like just putting $100 on all 5 random people that I could think of.
I'm going Jeremiah still from Ohio State. And actually, I got y'all losing, by the way. I do want you to know that.
Of course you do. That doesn't shock me.
No, it does. It's really not about you.
You've never picked Texas in a big game, though. Never once.
Well, maybe it is about you. How about that?
Right, you never have. You didn't pick us against.
Maybe I'm going to tell the truth.
Yeah, you never have.
Maybe I don't want to see you parade around.
You know what's funny? At least you're willing to admit that. Because I have a lot of people that are waiting for my team's downfall. They're waiting and waiting and waiting.
I don't want you all waiting for your downfall.
My team's downfall.
I'm rooting against
my gloating.
No, just rooting against you. Like, like if you was a Syracuse fan, the hell was Syracuse.
Okay, but I'm not like this man just said on his show that I'm invited to that he's rooting against me. Is that how you treat guests?
See, whoa. End of the day,
I'm a guest.
I'm a winner.
But I'm a guest.
I'm a winner. You know what winners do, right?
This is what's happening to the world.
Do you know what winners do, really? Do you know what
apparently they talk trash to their guest?
Right. Winners do whatever they want. You know why? Because we win. So at the end of the day, I do what I want.
So I want to say something.
I gotta listen. Can I be honest? Besides you being the biggest contributing factor, I'm a big fan of the freshman from Ohio State.
Of course, you should be.
Right.
You could be a fan of somebody, but still not cheer for that team to beat my team, though.
I went to Texas. I didn't like it.
Yeah, you say that all the time. You should come back.
I went to their stadium. I was like, this is what they clamor about. It's pretty quiet in here.
Yeah, you should go back. I think if you went back, you would be like, oh, okay, this is different. The one thing I want to say, who's the quarterback from South Carolina? What's his name? Do you know off the top of your head? I think he's going to be my freshman. I think he might be my Heisman. Random. Yeah. Because he's always going to get more credit than most people for doing it in the SEC. Always. That's just how.
He got to have a hell of a season, though.
But I think he can. So, anyways, he has to get to the. I don't know. You know what? But Travis won 9-3.
But this is the SEC. They play by different
rules. Right, but 9-3 in the SEC and having a chance to almost play for the SEC championship, I think that would be enough.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, if he almost, then he got a shot. But the SEC get kind of.
Because what were they this year? Weren't they 9-3 this year?
No, I don't think they was a little less than that. I could be wrong though.
Because remember, people wanted them in the playoffs.
Nah, because they had a resurgence at the end.
Right. Yeah, what was their record? Okay, so they finished 9-4 this year.
Well, okay.
Just saying. Anyways.
We'll edit that part out and let's get this money.
right. Let's see what his odds are starting now. Because listen, I will push it. I don't care. I will push it and push it and push it and push it. Because at this point, something's got to give.
Right.
So, yeah. And I know their schedule next year is going to be very favorable, but it's still in the SEC. So they're going to get credit for that. So anyways. Well, we'll end this. We're rambling. Thank you for joining my show. Big Chief, Law, whatever you want to be, we'll call you that. Whatever you want to be, we'll call you that. But seriously, I hope that I'm not going to say what I was going to say because I did this last time. But at the end of the day, I respect the Chiefs. I appreciate what they're doing. I actually appreciate, too, what they are to the NFL. I think every sporting team, every sport franchise needs somebody like the Chiefs. And I think it makes it fun, makes it more interested, keeps me watching. So, but whatever. And how dare you pick against my Texas Longhorns? But anyways, thanks for joining me.
Stay sucker free.
What is this? 2000s?
What?
Wasn't that like Lil Flip's thing?
Back in the day? Free?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
I just thought it was clever to say.
Oh yeah, that's that. I think that was their label. Anyways, my age is showing. Bye.
Bye.